Hey, my beautiful Libras. Christina here, coming at you with your June Tarotscope. And I know what you're already thinking. Wow, Christina, look, I don't have any makeup on. I know, and you know why? I cannot make this up. I got out of the shower. I was going to catch up on email readings today, so I didn't put makeup on. And Source was suddenly like, you need to do the Libra Tarotscope. And I'm like, okay. And so I sat down to meditate, to kind of channel, and I kept getting this image of like somebody washing their face. And I reflected on that for a while, and I was like, yeah, well, that is kind of like a spiritual awakening, right? Some of us in the beginning, we maybe take a cloth and just wipe off our makeup or our face, and we don't actually scrub down and see what's there, right? Or oftentimes we think our skin is clear and clean, and then we go get a facial and we're like, oh, wow, gross, that was all underneath there, right? And then as I went upstairs to put makeup on, because I was like, I'm going to get on camera, it was like I couldn't find what I needed, and I was frustrated, and I was pulling cards, and they were like, no, you're doing the Libra Tarotscope without makeup on. And I'm like, okay. So here I am. And you know what? Maybe that's what you're being called to reflect upon. How do you feel naked, right? We have the star here, okay? This is Aquarian energy, but it's also just about worthiness, about wish fulfillment, wishing upon a star. Do you feel strong in the way you appear to the world? Or is that something that really is difficult for you? I was cleaning up my cards as I came up here too, and I saw obstacles had fallen out. Is that an obstacle for you? Or is that somewhere where you judge others? Or as a child, maybe someone judged you for the way you appeared. Yeah, my crown is tingling as I say that. We also have this card, Spring and Autumn. It came out maybe in autumn or springtime for you. Something significant might have happened where you or someone you know maybe judged you or someone else harshly for your appearance. And these things happen, right, throughout our lives repeatedly, where somebody says something and it just sticks with us. It just sticks with us. And I want to remind all of you too, so often it's like that fixation on like every little blemish or scar we need to cover, heal, change. And I have nothing wrong with people wanting to, look nice, right? Myself included. But we do need to ask ourselves, are we doing this to a degree in which it's harming us? It's causing more stress. Are we judging others? Is that harming them or their self-concept? Especially when we talk about younger children, kids, teenagers. That's a really deep thing. And the energy just, it's interesting. These cards, it feels kind of like scattered. Like maybe Libras, you're feeling scattered, or the month of June is going to be a little like all over the place. My other deck here, Ideation, came out as well. Are you idolizing someone or something, a certain beauty standard, for example? And masculine energies too. We do this all the time. They need to look a certain way or be so muscular or just everything, right? And who are you idolizing and why? And ask yourself, what does this person's inside look like? What does their soul look like? Because so often if we look at beautiful people and we strip away the outside layer, what's left underneath? What is really genuine and true? How giving are they? How honest are they? How charitable are they? What's their soul? I mean, really get real with yourselves. And part of a spiritual awakening that I think is super cool is you normally glow up, as they call it. It's just a natural thing that occurs as your chakras unblock. Your skin gets clearer, you lose weight, your hair, everything gets healthier. And that's wonderful, that's part of it. But yeah, you don't need to, air signs, we have a King of Swords, that's totally Libra energy, Gemini and Aquarius as well. You do not need to be looking up to anyone else's beauty standards. The world here, there's this naked woman wrapped in this cloth. Do you hear the train horns? I hope you can hear those. I have the window open. But again, that's Source confirming. You do not need to be worried about what anyone else thinks of you. Yeah, you need to be confident in who you are and going out like that. And I mean, trust me, old me, I never would have gotten on a platform and posted publicly like this. But hey, I made a whole TikTok life out of it, guys. Some days I'm in there with a messy bun, I look a mess. Other days I got makeup on. Other days it's a mess. But I go with it, I flow with it. And it's taught me a lot about self-confidence and self-love, and also appreciating others and realizing not everybody has the financial means or the ability or the desire to look a certain way. And I cannot hold anyone to any standard, right? That's not my job. My job is to worry about me. And am I comfortable in my own skin? Am I safe there? And so please set boundaries with yourself. Have patience with yourself as you kind of unpack this and ask yourself, okay, because sometimes it can be small. For people that are very much about the way they appear, a small thing such as not wearing makeup for a day can be a big deal to them, right? And that's the thing, the Hierophant here. Be committed to kind of making those little uncomfortable moves for a minute and asking yourself, how does the world respond when I look differently? Because trust me, the way I look right now, I get a different response when I go out to the grocery store than if I go out to the grocery store and I'm all done up. And sometimes if we're always all done up when we do things, we don't see how the world treats others when they aren't in that same energy. Does that make sense? So I'm not saying go look like a bum, right, guys? I'm just saying you're beautiful in your own skin, okay? So try not to get in too much conflict about this. And also just don't let others tell you how to be, what to wear. I mean, the thing I love most, I'm over on TikTok most of the time, but even on YouTube, and just with these awakenings, is seeing what people are doing. We have men who are like, I want to wear makeup today, or I want to wear nail polish. And we got women that are like, I want to shave half my head. It's like, do whatever you feel comfortable doing within your own skin. And it's a really big lesson. It's part of an awakening, is realizing that the matrix world we have lived in and operated in, and that continues to reign here, is just hyper obsessed with telling you how to be, how to look, and they make a ton of money off of it. They make a ton of money off of making you feel like you want to kill yourself, right? And I don't mean like, please do not harm yourself, but they do. They make so much money off of you sitting there and nitpicking every little thing about yourself. And that's so sad, isn't it? How much money are we giving on? Ask yourself that. How much money do I spend giving to an industry that actually isn't helping anyone? And not that makeup's bad, right, or skincare, but like really ask yourself. If I stop and think about this, you might really get in your head. How much money am I giving through my actions? Yeah, the train going off again. To organizations whose number one goal is to make people feel insecure, especially women. But men too. All these supplements, all these pills, all these things you got to take to look a certain way and be a certain way. Because if you don't, what? That person's not going to love you. They're not going to find you attractive. They're just going to leave you. And you guys, that's not true. And if somebody's doing that, they don't love you to begin with. There's not an authentic connection there to begin with. Because connection you cannot fake. Connection at a soul level you cannot fake. It does not matter how sick you get. It does not matter how awful the body looks. You are still loved by this person. And I as we talk about Libras, my father and my stepmother are both Libras, and I love that this came out because they really love one another. And she just went through an awful year dealing with a serious health condition, and was in and out of the hospital repeatedly. And to see that love when someone's in that state that's just so vulnerable and raw, and like you can't hide when you're that sick. But to have someone support you in that and protect you in that, this card can be about protection, right? I think that's so beautiful. So maybe for the month of June, guys, make sure that the energies you are around are loving you for you and not just some appearance thing, right? Not just trying to show you off, but not really loving your soul. Okay? And yeah, we have a King of Pentacles and the Nine of Pentacles, Three of Pentacles reversed. Some of you have money coming in, okay? Or maybe giving money, masculine energy possibly to a charitable cause, or a feminine energy of some kind. The Four of Pentacles can be about like hoarding money, or like fear around money. But it's interesting because the Three of Pentacles is reversed. And as we were just talking about, I know my crown's starting to tingle here. As we were just talking about not giving too much money to organizations such as the beauty industry, right, that isn't serving us, maybe it's having to ask yourself, okay, where do I want to redirect my finances? Maybe some of you, it seems a King of Pentacles is someone who has, and the Nine of Pentacles. This can be a single lady energy or bachelor energy. This could just be a couple that like has wealth and abundance. And so asking yourself, where do I place that wealth now? How is that working for me? Wealth management. That's the other thing, kept coming in for me. And I actually spoke to my dad about this the other day. I was like, I don't know why this keeps coming in. And the other day, I pulled up at the only parking spot downtown was next to a building that said wealth management. And I was like, what is this about? And so maybe just asking yourself, like, is there somewhere that I could put my money or invest my money or my time or my resources that would be better for the collective good, right? Because some of you, when it comes to finances here, guys, the Magician reversed, the Ten of Swords, and the Six of Wands reversed. This is a card about not having victory. This can be a card about thinking about something but not actually taking an action, or about dark magic. The Ten of Swords, it's like, you gotta really get real. Am I investing in something? Ding on my phone as I say that. Get real. Is there something that you're doing or investing in that maybe you kind of just know is a little shady? And it's not you that's shady, but like, yeah, stop that. King of Wands reversed and Knight of Cups. This is all about slow, like not even slow. It's saying stop the action. Also, the King of Wands reversed can be a card about anger, a masculine energy who can get very angry or defensive. So be on the lookout if you are in your masculine energy and dealing with that, or maybe someone in your orbit is. They could be a fire sign, don't have to be Aries, Sagittarius, Leo, but just flow this month, you guys. This feels to me like a lot of personal work, a lot of like, it's not really out there partying or being around other people, right? It's about you trying to come back to center. And I love this. Like you might be feeling a little weak right now. Strength reversed. Peace is reversed, telling me maybe there hasn't been a lot of just calmness and peace. Like there's been a lot of just stuff going on, and that's what you're craving. So Source is saying flow, okay? And follow your intuition, all right? Because as you do that, you're really going to birth this new you. You know, I have this elephant up here I love to keep. I got it when I was pregnant with my daughter. But inside the elephant is a baby elephant, right? And elephants actually stay pregnant. They're a mammal that stays pregnant longer than I believe any other mammal on Earth. It's like years, guys. I should look that up, but it's a long time. You can look it up, okay? And my point is that's what you're doing right now. You're rebirthing yourself. You're rebirthing your soul. You're stripping away and saying, how did I let society get me out of my heart space, right? And only put me in my head. How do I balance my heart and my head? That is what a spiritual awakening is all about, is balancing those emotions and overcoming dark energies and asking, what are we obsessed with? What are we tied to? Ding on my phone again. What are these things that are just not serving us? Also, someone could be pregnant. My nanny just texted me. And again, with this elephant here, or maybe someone needs to think about children. I don't know, maybe there are children in your life that are significant, or maybe they will be this month. Oh, communicate with your children. Oh my goodness, you guys, that was some serious coughing, which just came out of nowhere. And that can be a sign that you really have something that you might need to tell a child. This could be a grown child, a younger child. It could be something to do with a divorce situation, just something, or maybe about a pregnancy. But the Queen of Wands, this is a fire energy. Maybe your child is a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, does not need to be. But this card can be about walking away from the past and following your intuition and like kind of doing the right thing, right? Just saying, you know, that didn't go down the way I wanted it to, but I'm going to change course. It's just interesting. And also, I want to point out, I was summoned for jury duty. I missed that piece of mail, but Source made sure it fell out of my cabinet this morning. I realized I'm not behind. I'm one day away from being in trouble. I need to respond online today. But ask yourself, be the jury on your own life right now, this month. In June, really sit there and if you need to, write about this, journal about this. How would I judge myself at the end of my life? Because that is what occurs. You go before a council of all these souls and they watch you and they say, okay, judge yourself. Judge yourself. And you judge yourself in front of everyone. And that is how you determine who and how and what you will reincarnate into in another life. Or if you'll stay in spirit realm. But ask yourself, what does my bank account, my spiritual bank account look like if my life were to end today? It's a really difficult, challenging question, but I really encourage you to do that and have hope. And again, this card is all about children. There is something about children here. And again, that King of Pentacles sticking out. I don't know if it's financial, guys. I don't know if it's just a pregnancy, but there's something for you to focus on in the month of June, Libras. I love you. Have a beautiful, wonderful, month of June, and I will see you back next month.